So before this even starts, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. There's no microphone. I no longer have my little microphone, so please excuse the audio. It will get better once I get my mini microphone back. I have to use my outside voice. Heartbreak. Oh, what a song. I want to say Heartbreak was the second song. No, Heartbreak I believe was the third song I ever put out. But the beat that's on there right now was not the original beat that I wrote the lyrics to. I ended up having my producer create a new beat, J Woods Audio, who I've used with most of the other songs I put out. Heartbreak was written years ago before it was put out. I wrote Heartbreak. I was young. I was probably around 19 or 20 years old, but I had already had a couple situations before. This one hurt pretty bad. That was crazy. I didn't even think twice about you when I first met you. I don't know how I can let you hurt me how you did. And what's real fucked up is I can't even say I wish I never met you, because as much as I want to say I hated meeting you, you helped me so much, inspired me and helped me grow. And I wouldn't be who I am today without that. Damn. I don't know why I chose to start the song off with that dialogue. You know, when I'm writing songs, in the moment, I do a lot of stuff that just feel right in that moment, and that's what I go with. And for some reason in that moment, I felt like opening dialogue. That's what I need to have for this song. The song is pretty much just everything I was feeling, wanting to say to that person, but wasn't going to say or couldn't say. And it was almost like writing a letter to that person. And I guess the dialogue was a way of just easing into the very real emotion I had. Thinking about that sometimes is insane. That someone I did not even think much about caused me to hurt this bad later on in the future. Deserve way better than the way you treated me. I wish you would have been more honest with me. Feel like nothing come from love wasn't hurt, mistreatment, and nothing that you ever said to me you really mean it. You know, it's so crazy too. We know that we should be treated better, but yet because we might make excuses in our heads, and sometimes they aren't valid. I've been involved with someone, you know, talking with them, and I've gone through stuff in my personal life, and I couldn't be there for them in the same way that I normally would have been. You know, I start feeling a bit better. I'm back to myself. And I guess sometimes you want to give someone else that same grace. Also, this is not to say like anyone that's doing anything bad to you. If you just want to be told that you look beautiful or handsome, you want someone just to check in on you sometimes, and like they're not doing anything like that. Like just a lot of small stuff that they either just don't do or they just completely stop doing that they were doing. And sometimes we'll let it go on for a while because again, we're making these excuses, but we know that we deserve better. And usually when it comes to treatment like that, because people usually fall in love with the way that you treat them. It's usually like they're treating you good, and after some time it starts to slow down. It's usually a progressive thing till eventually it stops, or a lot less than what it used to be. It's honesty. I know like people say that, especially they put this on women a lot, to say that women want honesty but can't handle it. It's gonna hurt. Whether you're lying or telling the truth, both are gonna hurt. Honesty helps. It helps to understand the situation, to get through it. Why is it what's going to make that woman end up hating you? And yes, feeling like nothing comes from love except from hurt and mistreatment. Not gonna lie, while I wrote this song years ago, I'm still like in that realm a bit. Not so much from that situation. I've been in situations since then, and I can't say that it's been much different, my current feeling. I tried and I tried and I tried even harder just to watch you cut me off like a barber, just to get close, but I ended up farther. Next time I swear that I'll be much smarter. I think that's honestly what hurts more when it comes to relationships, is knowing that I put in a lot. I really do. Because I don't have friends like that. I don't date around, like I don't get involved with a lot of men. Most men just are not attractive to me. And when I say that, it's not to say that I don't find men attractive. I see attractive men all the time, every day. I'm just not attracted to them. But the very few I've gotten attracted to and been involved with, I do put my all into those people because you are very special to me. I don't usually get this type of feeling for people. I think that's probably what hurts more than everything else, is just knowing how bad you tried and lost out. Just also hoping that you get closer to the person. Sometimes you don't, and you just tried and you did all this stuff. Your relationship is less than what it was when it first started. Next time I swear I'll probably be much smarter. I was not. I've been involved with a few men after that, and I was not smarter. I won't brag on myself too much for all of that, because while yes, I could have been smarter in the sense of I could have left situations earlier and I could have seen certain red flags, there's just some stuff you can't prevent. Like somebody lying to you or somebody just like deceiving you in some kind of way, you were deceived. Crying and hurting and clutching my chest. It's hard to act strong while I'm going through this. And what I keep thinking that worse is the pain is knowing you probably not feeling the thing. No, I don't get it when people be like, all you have to do is just, move on and just, they gonna live their life. You gotta live your life toughening it up. I'll get there eventually, but you really cared. You really gave your all into stuff. And you get hurt. It's not as simple as I'm getting up the next day and who's next? At least not for me. I admire women that can do that. But for me, I'm like, I don't know how. It hurts. I hurt bad. Gotta accept my loss. Oh, appreciate my gains. Yeah. That is honestly the best thing you can do with situations like this. You are probably gonna lose out more than what you gain. But you gain something. Ain't so foul, better count your blessings. Because I feel like saying your name, but I don't. And I really should, but I won't, because you're real foul, and I know you're real foul, and I still couldn't leave your ass alone. I'm not that type of person where I just want to just air out someone that does me dirt. Growing up, I saw girls that would do that, and guys too. This is not exclusive to girls, but I saw guys that would do that too, just airing out their ex or guy they were talking to that did them wrong. And while I appreciate the drama of it all, I was never that type of person. I'm so private when it comes to people I'm involved with. For me to try to air out anything that you did, it would also involve my business because I was involved with you. I had to talk about some of our business to say your business. It's not worth it to me to do that. I don't know what I would really gain from that. I knew how you were and I still was involved with you, so it's also like some accountability is in there too. Even though they're probably doing wrong, I was along for the circus. I held you down like a weight, gave you the food off my plate. I knew that it wouldn't work and thought that I could change fate. Don't do that. I don't think I've ever walked into a situation with someone knowing that there was not going to be anything to this. I think at that point when I started realizing there may not be anything here, but at this point I like you a lot and maybe that could change. I'm not saying that that's impossible, but usually when you have that realization that there's not going to be anything here, it's unlikely to change from that point. But I can self-get it or move on from it. No matter what, it won't change nothing. And I don't let people in easily. And right now, I feel like I'm paying for it. I think that's the realest part about the song. Whatever they did to you, they've done it. Damage is done. Whatever happened, happened. It doesn't mean that you're not going to hurt. It doesn't mean that you're not going to cry. You will still cry. You will still hurt. And you can even tell yourself you'll never date again. And that is completely fine. If you never date again, that's fine. But you have to keep going throughout life. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go find a husband or a wife or be with someone else. You can be happy by yourself. Being lonely isn't always so lonely. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. All depends on the person. But you just have to keep going throughout life. And yeah, I think that's another part about why it hurts so bad too, is going back to what I'm saying of not letting people that close to me in my life. I get close to you and you hurt me. And in a way it almost feels like this is what I get. This is why I don't get close to people, because people hurt me. And that seems like something I should probably be talking to a therapist about, for sure. I'm not going to deny that. I am never getting this deep with this song again. I don't talk about my feelings like this. It's weird. And I'm like on the internet doing it. And it's like, but I already made the song and the song has been out there. So I guess emotions. Throughout all my morals and senses for you, the way more for you than she'd ever do, the way more for you than she ever knew. But maybe I just wasn't ready for you. I definitely lost those. The senses were gone. Okay, I did not have common sense with a lot of my situations. And I definitely did more for you than she did. Here's the funny part about when I said that. That could be completely true. And I definitely could have done way more for him than what she did. More could have been true. I could have been prettier than her. I could have been smarter than her. I could have had a better body. I could have made more money. The craziest part, it does not matter. That is also something that hurts. I could have been a better fit for that person than that other person was. They are going to choose who they want to choose at the end of the day. And trust me, I wasn't the first or last time something like that's happened to me, where they end up choosing someone that you feel personally doesn't equate to you. In this case, just even being there for the person more and doing more for that person. You know, that person be with someone that's less attractive, has slept with everyone in the town, dumb as a box of rocks. She could treat him like shit, be abusive to him, call him names, and you could have been nothing but nice and sweet to him. That's what he's gonna choose. And I think as far as like saying I wasn't ready for the person at the time, I was young. Everyone I've been involved with was older than me. And I think in my mind I was saying how if I was a bit older and more experience with stuff. I had went out to places more, and I had, hung out with more people or seen more things in life. I was still living with my grandparents at the time, so if I had my own place, if I was old enough to drink, maybe me and that person could have been a better fit. In hindsight, again, it does not matter. Because I've also been involved with men after this that they didn't mind that I hadn't seen a lot of life. I was in a relationship with a guy who he wanted a girl that didn't have as much experience with life so that he can take her out to places and introduce her to new things. It's crazy that I did have that mindset at the time of maybe if I was just a little bit older and a bit more this and that, they didn't really matter too much. If you have a boy, I hope he ain't like you. If you have a girl, then boy, I pray she don't get played like me by a man like you. That a man treat girls the same way you do. Imagine how much that would hurt her from mother, and you can't get mad because that'd be your karma. Yeah, felt that way. I don't feel as hurt. You know what? Okay, the next line is, don't get mad that I'm bitter because I got the right to be. Ain't think how your actions would affect me. I'm not as bitter, quote unquote, as I used to be back then. I think if you're a person that you believe in people getting back what they put out, karma, the universe, God, whatever, and people getting their just dues, yeah. And it's always that stigma of men that don't treat women the best usually always have daughters. And I remember at that time just thinking boy, if you have a boy, I feel bad for all the future daughters out there. And if you have a daughter, oh my goodness, the karma. As you're watching this girl grow up, are you going to be wondering what kind of men is she seeing? If she's ever going to run into a type of man like you that treated girls the same way that you treated me. But anyway, you didn't think how your actions would affect me? They usually don't. Usually when men are doing stuff, the thought of your feelings, your emotions, how this would affect you and, this good woman I have is not what's in their mind when they're thinking about doing the stuff that they're doing. When it comes to them lying or cheating or whatever, they're not thinking about how this is going to affect you. And I'm going to tell you something too. It doesn't matter how good you are. I think most men that I've been involved with realize I am a quote unquote good girl. And I mean good girl is most society views me as a good girl. I know there's women that they try to be a quote unquote good girl in hopes that maybe men might take them more seriously or they won't get played as much or cheated on or whatever. Coming from an actual good girl, it does not matter. It does not. You could be the best girl. You could shower them. You could rub their feet, ask them how their day is, be completely loyal to them, even if you're not in an official relationship. If you guys are just talking, but you're not being involved with anyone else but them. You are a homebody. You don't go out to the club. You can do all of that. It does not mean that you won't be treated bad. That's not to say that you should just forego being good, but it's to say that if you have this expectation that trying to be good is going to equate to you being treated good, no. All that I put. Are we done? Oh. Okay. It is buried. You buried it. All that I put in to get nothing out. When I'm sleeping, you come even more in my dreams now. I swear I'm done. Sometimes you take risks and I took the wrong one. At the time, I don't know if I was saying that I'm done with I'm done. I don't want to be bothered with, leave me alone. Or if I was done with him or if I'm done with relationships. None of it was true. I wasn't done at the moment. But yeah, sometimes you take risks. I took the wrong one. Going into relationships, going into situations with people, it's all a risk. That is I messed up, good part, I don't know. It's a part. Good, bad, whatever, it's a part of life. To be so smart, you had me acting real dumb. Had such deep feelings, I'm feeling real numb. Keep all of it, anything I ever gave. What's the point of keeping it when you don't come with anything, boy? This is another reason why I will probably never put out who this was in this situation, because it is embarrassing. I'm supposed to be this smart, intelligent, ooh, she got her little history channel. She know a little something. She what now? Huh? No, I'll take my losses. I'll cry in my room. I'll make a song about it, put it out. Again, not saying nobody's name. At least with song, I can profit off of some of the pain, okay? And writing, it is a form of therapy for me too, to get out some of my emotions. And yeah, it is crazy how you go from like, oh, I'm so in love with this person and they mean so much to me, and then it's like, you don't hate them, you just feel numb. Going back to, I give a lot into a relationship. I don't just mean like time and effort and emotion. There's been some financial stuff in there too. There's been gifts. And when I'm leaving out these situations, I've never requested anything back. Whatever I gave you in that moment. That's how I felt about you in that moment. And I wanted you to have that in that moment, and you can keep it. I did love you at that time. I did care for you at that time. So whatever you have, you keep it. I don't care. And I hope that one day you realize all that you had, all that you sacrificed. It gets me so mad to say goodbye. I'm heartbroken. You may not. You know, I've had a couple men in my lifetime, and it kind of surprised me. Years later, hit me up and just give me this long message about like, I regret how I treated you, and I'm sorry, and like there was no kind of thing in there of like, I want to try this again. But I remember there was one guy, it was from like middle school, and it surprised the heck out of me. Me and this person, we didn't even date, we were talking, and he just randomly hit me up and was like, I just want to apologize for how I treated you. Essentially wanted to clear himself of any guilt. That's not verbatim what he said, but I guess that was something that was weighing on his heart, was how he treated me when we were young. And one thing it told me, and it's not to say men will never realize it, but a lot of times, from my experience, it's years after the fact. It's when they're looking down the line and they're like, you know, Aaliyah was actually a really good woman, and I probably shouldn't have treated her like that. I don't know what triggers it. I've had about 2, possibly 3. I don't think the other one ever said anything. But sometimes they will just randomly hit you up years later just to be like, hey, how are you? Like nothing ever happened type of thing. I'm heartbroken. If I left in a lot of this emotional, sappy mess, be proud of me. No, I'm proud of myself if I did that. Oh, this is so crazy, bro. Shout out to Jay Wood's Audio, though. I think I'll say his name, but he was the one that made my beat. Stream Heartbreak. All platforms.